Before we begin today's episode of Gran Turismo 6, let's go ahead and take a look at this car we have right here that I've put a lot of upgrades into. An all-new 7th generation Corvette emerged in 2013 as a 2014 model, once again wearing the Stingray name. And only a Corvette with a perfect balance of technology, design, and performance can wear the iconic Stingray designation. Like the 1963 Stingray, the best Corvettes embodied performance leadership, delivering cutting-edge technologies, breathtaking design, and awe-inspiring driving experiences. The all-new 2014 Corvette Stingray continues that tradition by leveraging modern advancements in design, technology, and engineering. The 2014 Corvette Stingray is the most powerful standard model ever, with 455 horsepower of torque. It is also the most capable standard model ever. Equipped with the available Z51 performance package, the new Stingray is capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, braking from 60 to 0 in 107 feet, and sustaining just over 1 G in cornering. Cumulatively, the acceleration, cornering, and braking capability of the Corvette Stingray enable it to lap the Virginia International Raceway's 4.2-mile Gran course in 2 minutes and 51 seconds. The all-new Corvette Stingray shares only two parts with the previous generation. It incorporates a new all-aluminum frame structure and chassis, a new powertrain and supporting technologies, as well as a completely new exterior and interior designs. The Stingray was designed as an open car from the outset, so both coupe and convertible share the same structure, powertrain, and performance technologies. Highlights include advanced driver technologies, including a 5-position driver mode sector that tailors 12 vehicle attributes to fit the driver's environment, and a new 7-speed manual transmission with active rev matching that anticipates gear selections and matches engine speed for perfect shifts every time. An all-new 6.2-liter LT1 aluminum V8 engine combines advanced technologies including direct injection, active fuel management, continuously variable valve timing, and an advanced combustion system that delivers more power while using less fuel. Lightweight materials including a carbon fiber hood and roof panel, composite fenders, doors and rear corner panels, carbon nano composite underbody panels, and a new aluminum frame help shift weight rearward for a near 50-50 weight balance that supports a world-class power-to-weight ratio. A sculpted exterior, it features advanced high-intensity discharge and light-emitting diode lighting and racing-proven aerodynamics that balance low drag for efficiency and performance elements for improved stability and track capability. The track-capable Z51 performance package includes an electronic limited slip differential, dry sump oiling system, integral brake, differential and transmission cooling, as well as a unique aero package that further improves high-speed stability. The upgrades I've put in this thing. Now this car initially started about 420 horsepower, or somewhere in there. With some of the upgrades I put in, I've brought this thing up to 882 horsepower, which make this a perfect candidate for this cup that we have to do. It is a FR drive aspiration. Change the song. It's getting a little zealous. No, keep the menu song. How about let's put on some Steppenwolf, aka the official theme song of mid-2000s Chevy commercials. So before we jump into this cup, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at our stats. So we're at International B. We have completed 41% of the game. We have earned close to 2 million in credits. We're currently owning one car right now. Total distance we've driven is just over 1,400 miles. We've earned 28 license awards, completed 166 races. We own 39 paint colors. We've driven 18 hours. We've earned 255 stars. We've earned 147 wins. We've only spent about 567,500 credits. We own 5 racing gear items. We've taken 1 photo, which we'll take a few more here. We've driven 118 miles in the Fiat Abarth the riced Fiat, as I'm going to call it. We've earned close to 20 wins in the same car. I originally tested this car in the last episode, but the footage for that cup unfortunately was lost, so I'm just going to call this part 21. And there'll be a video out. There's a video out yesterday saying that explaining why part 20 wasn't uploaded for Gran Turismo 6. There'll be more details. And recently, the Chevrolet dealership, previously the favorite dealership title went to Ford because I drove a lot of Ford cars in the early stages of this Let's Play. But unfortunately, General Motors has taken over, which explains why I'm driving this thing. And we've driven a little over 168 miles on the Rome circuit. Today, we're going to go supercar racing at Silverstone International, Monza, and Circuit de la Sarthe 2013. We are 1 point under the PP limiter, which honestly, I'm not sure if this game's going to like troll me and put me like 2 points over or something like it did with the GT National Championship. So we got a Ford GT in this race, a Lexus LFA, and a Pagani Huayra 2013. This could be a good race. See how these cars handle. How my Corvette is going to handle against those monstrous machines. Racing this at Silverstone. Silverstone's another track I like in Gran Turismo. We got a Ferrari, Dodge Viper, Ford GT, Ferrari 430, Lexus LFA, Audi R8, aka the bane of my existence in Midnight Club, and a bunch of other cars I don't know. Oh, and we got an AMG car, a Mercedes, and a Lamborghini Murcielago as well. First place pays just little under 21,000. Anyways, we got 3 laps. Ooh. 800 horsepower. The more horsepower you have in these cars, you have to really fight understeer. And really not jumping the corner like I'm really tempted to with other cars. Why are there no songs? Whoa, okay, I guess we're just going to be listening to... Okay, I guess we're playing Diesel Boy. Or that'd be what I'd rather be listening to than this. This car is very... Oh, jeez. Look at how much I had to get out of the gas there. Believe it, a Mercedes can actually keep up with an AMG. Or a Corvette could actually keep up with a Mercedes. I am making America V8 again. I am also probably destroying the piss out of the suspension. So after this race, I'm going to go in and show off some of the upgrades I put on this car. A little bit of bumper by Weston there in third. And by the way, YouTube's new ad monetization policy sucks. It's basically thought police levels of BS. Like if you've read the book 1984, it's a very good book. Even if you don't read, I strongly recommend you pick it up. 1984 is a pretty good book. YouTube's new ad policy is basically the equivalent of the thought police in 1984. That's basically its equivalent. And for a small channel like me, needing it literally as much money as possible, it kind of hurts, honestly. They're just trying to censor. I guess what they really want us to do is just make monotonous how-to videos, taking out, again, whatever little personality YouTube have, and screwing over small channels like me who want to bring back the glory days of YouTube. Sounds like I'm listening to Diesel Boy from Need for Speed Most Wanted. Which, by the way, later this year, in fact, in December, the 2005 version of Need for Speed Most Wanted is confirmed to come to this channel. Remember to check my website for more details, and easy win in the bag at Silverstone. Because American muscle power, boy. An American Corvette just beat a Ferrari. Believe that. Okay, now Avenged Sevenfold comes on. Wow. Okay. Let me show off some of the things I have installed in this car. Let me switch race songs to the Avenged Sevenfold demo of Chapter 4. So what I have installed in the upgrade department, once this loads, I put in a height adjustable suspension, which basically means I can actually change the ride height and make the car higher or lower. Which is pretty cool. So I have standard brakes, standard transmission, drivetrain standard. Power is where it's at. So put a stage 3 computer on, sports computer, racing exhaust. The exhaust manifold I kept standard. If I put an isometric exhaust, I can't complete the cup, but it would put me up to like 909 horsepower, which is gargantuan for a Chevy Corvette. And I mean gargantuan for a ZR1 Corvette too. Cadillac converter would be a bigger increase. Nitrous is just arcade. I'm not going to put nitrous on. I put a supercharger on and intake tuning. I also put on window weight reduction. Hood I left standard, and I put a stage 3 reduction too. Anyways, without further ado, let's go to Monza. The chicane version, or as I call it, the other bane of my existence in this game. Got a Dodge Viper, Ford GT, Audi R8. Another person's driving a Chevy Corvette. I praise you, brother. I praise you, fellow Corvette brother. I think I saw a Z8 in there as well. Not sure what make they belong to, but they'll be in my rearview mirror literally by the end of the race. So, without further ado, let's kick this demo off. This race off with the wonderful work of Avenged Sevenfold. In all honesty, Matthew Shadows' voice sounds so freaking weird in this. Oh, don't cut me off. I am a Corvette, brother. We have the same color. Give me room. Thank you. Screw you, Jaguar. The only problem with all the upgrades that you put on this car, especially in the exhaust department, and lowering the ride height, you can't jump on the gas too early. And you can't really slam on the brakes too late either, otherwise you'll just slide through the corners like a moron. But at the same time, I actually think lowering the car kind of helped. I felt like. So if you're wondering, the song that is playing in the background is by Chapter 4, the demo version by Avenged Sevenfold, which is from their 2014 album, Walking the Fallen Resurrected, which I freaking love that album, by the way. As an Avenged Sevenfold fan, I love the original Walking the Fallen. And the fact that they put in some of the demo tracks from when they first recorded some of the songs, like they put in the demo for Reminiscence, which is pretty good. But they also did is they put in the demos for part 1 and 2 of I Won't See You Tonight, which is a pretty good song, by the way. I strongly recommend you check it out. If you're not an Avenged Sevenfold fan, they got songs for pretty much everybody. And plus, the chorus in this sounds pretty good. Even though the only problem I have with the demo of this song is the screaming when it talks about how murder and vengeance fills the sky. It sounds so weird, but then again, they cut that out. Like right here. It just sounds weird. It sounds more like the lead singer of The Calling suddenly gets angry and, emo pretty much. Weirdly enough, this could probably be a really good drift car. The chorus actually sounds better than the chorus here actually sounds freaking amazing. Even though it sounds different, they changed up some parts. Like, if you've heard the original song in Chapter 4, it's about the Cain and Abel story. The Bible story. Brother kills a brother, and a brother has to go out, and he hears the voice of God calling towards him. That version actually kind of stayed more true to the Bible story than this one, even though I think they want to just create pure atmosphere. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the entire Walking the Fallen album. If copyright policies weren't so freaking strict, and when it comes to Avenged Sevenfold songs, like, I could use any song from their later albums, like City of Evil, their self-titled album, Nightmare, and I'd just get a slap on the wrist. Use a song from Walking the Fallen, this one, or the Resurrected version. Actually, I'm not sure about if the Resurrected version of Walking the Fallen was fair game, but I know the original one because when I did Need for Speed Underground 2 last year, when I was making the trailer for it, I originally was going to use Chapter 4 by Avenged Sevenfold because around that time, for one, it's the kind of song that generates a lot of hype in a racing game. For one. Two, and around the time Need for Speed Underground came out, NASCAR Thunder 2003 came out, and it had the song in the game. So, for song came out in 2003, put it in the trailer about a game that came out in 2003. Whoa, don't overcorrect it. Please, you are in the last stretch, Corvette. Be good for Prince. Even though you're blue, please be good for Prince. That's a win. In all honesty, Avenged Sevenfold make some freaking amazing songs. Them and Powerman 5000, which in the next episode, I'm actually going to open up with How to Be a Human from their 2014 album, Builders of the Future, which is probably the best metal song I've heard in a while. Metal album I've heard by them in a while that actually kind of rivals the Tonight the Stars Revolt by them, which is another one of my personal favorites. Another one I want to talk about too by them is Transform, even though nothing can really top Transform because it had that nice punk sound, that nice headbanging punk type music. Like, if you listen to this, it's very, very angry. I mean, when I first stumbled upon this back in 8th grade, so 3 years ago, when I first stumbled upon it, I'm not going to lie, I was like, woohoo! That is nice. It's just, this is the kind of song that you play in a mosh pit. And fun fact, the Powerman 5000 actually put together a new album this year titled New Wave, which has got some killer songs. I know I'm kind of half trying to debate hype for them, but you gotta admit, Powerman is one of the few bands today that has their roots and has never turned from them. Or has never faltered from them, like pretty much every other band ever. Actually, let me pull up the new album here. New Wave. Footsteps and Voices, Cult Leader, Thank God, Run for Your Life. Those are some pretty good songs. And in fact, I actually put a David Bowie tribute in here. It is pretty cool and actually gave me a lot of respect towards these guys. Compared to every other musician ever that doesn't only cares about themselves and the money. Powerman 5000 and Avenged Sevenfold, they actually worry about other musicians and just America in general. In fact, November 16th, Powerman 5000, Along for War, and Rachel Lauren are actually coming to the Streets of London pub in Denver Thursday, November 16th at 9. And while we're on the subject of Powerman 5000, they actually did an album back in like 2011 that's basically covers of 80 songs. Pretty cool, but I imagine the original artists got super pissed when they heard about it. All right, Lasarth, let's go. And aka the bane of my existence in this cup. You can't go wrong with a little bit of stuff from their album Transform. 3 freaking laps. Fun fact, this was another Le Mans course that they ran back in 2013. Actually, kind of remember watching this race a lot when I was like 5th and 6th grade, because Speed would cover it back when there was Speed not dominated by FS1. And, LeBron taking a crap on Thanksgiving morning being headline news. Back when Speed was a thing, and they actually dedicated a channel to automakers like me, and holy cow. When I first ran through this track gave me fits like you would not believe. I had a Shelby GT500 that I put a lot of upgrades into as well when I first ran through this cup, mainly ran through this track. And it just gave me so many fits and aneurysms that after testing this course, the Corvette, there's a few parts where it's kind of sketchy. But other than that, you're really just fine. Just try not to go into the dirt with a highly powered car like this, otherwise you're just going to spin around. Right here is where you can pass a lot of people. You can really let the true muscle power of our upgraded 880 horsepower Corvette open up. And speaking of which, we're going 225 miles and 230, almost 240 right there. Oh, God. Oh, that was a big hit. We went almost 240 right there. For this thing, that is moving. 240 miles per hour. In my book, that's moving. With the Shelby 500, I didn't put as many upgrades into it as I did in this car, so that might have been part of the problem. Like, I was just falling behind pretty much everybody. The nice thing about a car like this, that if you take it on a straightaway on a track with just long straightaways and just balls to the wall acceleration, you can get this car flying. The only problem is you cannot clip the grass, or pay attention to brake. You can't just, half ignore braking zones and ply your car into a wall at like 250 miles an hour like I did earlier. Otherwise, death will happen. Going under the Audi Le Mans bridge into another heavy braking zone. Jesus Christ. Under the Porsche bridge. This is another one of those courses that they could probably use in Night Masters, which reminds me, the video for when I run through Night Masters, it's going to be off camera, because that cup is like impossible. It is freaking impossible to do. Like, when you're racing at night, the high beams come on, which is cool and helps you and all, because it's not going to be like EA NASCAR games where they slap lights in like the most obscure places, like on road courses. they actually turn on like headlights and taillights, like they probably will right here in a bit. As you can see, the sun starting to set right now. PDI did a pretty good job with this. They really kind of toned back the vision. They made it pretty hard to see in some of the sections of this course to again add that realism, and so they live up to the real driving simulator name. As I drive my car off into the dirt, get some serious air, and we're at the front of the field. And I mean like serious balls to the wall air. Go ahead and get to the heavy braking zone. Again, let's see how far we can open it up this time. Previously, from other people that didn't watch my video, that watch my videos but don't have YouTube accounts, they said when they watched them, they said I go from one car to the next. Well, for one, I like to generate variety when I race. That way, I'm not running like one car the entire cup. But at the same time, I've learned from playing other Gran Turismo games, if you go from like car to car to car to car, it gets very hard to sustain a lot of money in the harder cups. So you have to buy like crappy cars and race races you've already completed to save money for beasts like this that you pour exhaust upgrades into. Heavy braking all the way down to second gear in that section. In fact, I think there's a course on this game as well that's Sarth, but with no chicanes. I'm going to have to go through and check that again. Somebody's going to need to check me on that. Like right here, you can see the city lights are on this place come on. But when you get deeper into the forest sections, it gets tricky to see, especially when the sun really starts to set. This, my friends, is what racing at Indy in what NASCAR racing at Indy was like earlier this year. Only difference is the cars do not have headlights. I'm into the dirt again. I should just quit talking and not making jokes as I race. Ooh, that wheel spin is sexy. Ooh, Corvette at night, my son. And who caught us? I do believe that looks like a Lambo. Haz Kikuchi. I believe so. He's the guy that caught us right there. We're going to have to hit the brakes so we really don't loop this car around. And nice touch they added too, like when I was in the night cup with the Mustang earlier. They actually had fireworks go off in the background, which is pretty cool. Like you see right here. Another thing, bit of trivia I forgot to note too, is in the credits when you complete all the cups, that includes the super license challenges. Yeah, see how I said how hard it is to see at this place? Yeah, I almost biffed it. Yeah, I almost ate it twice. Drifting that car just a slight bit there. So we're going to be going around left here. Whoa, jeez. Ooh, that was almost really bad. Go ahead and downshift to second. Cut in the corner there. And then onto the highway section, aka my favorite part of this entire course. And remember I said how dark it is to see? I mean, once we get past the lighted sections, look at how narrow your thing of vision is. You can barely see the walls outside of the track. You know, it's outside of all the villages and the houses and driving through that village. Okay, we'll do what they do at Watkins Glen and we'll cut through there. There's a small bubble around me. It's kind of irritating, but you know, after a while, I really just got used to it. When racing at night on this game, I'm probably the only exception to this would be racing on Special Stage X, which is along Martinsville if it was stretched out. Or Martinsville if it went through that scene in Sausage Party when all the food was being, you know, prepared. And there we go. We slid through that turn. And I mean, we slid through there. And here's something from my favorite metal album ever. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we're gonna like hit the brakes like now. And oh geez. Get out of there, get out of there. He's coming. He's coming. We gotta gun it. Like now. I clipped the grass there. Yep. As we're flying through it. Oh geez. No one understand. I know the way to go. When times are without turns its back. Oh, by the way, it's midnight right now at this track, as we're cutting through the S curve, cutting across the Dunlop curve, and we're just gonna finish this thing. Sure, it may have taken us the rest of the evening, but who cares? Well, the evening. And that was a quick cut. I think I'm at like maybe 15, 16 minutes. After this, I'm going to go into Special Stage Route X and show you how fast this car really goes. I mean, this thing opens up. When it really wants to, it will open up. Actually, while we're at it, I'm going to check how much stars is halfway, because at halfway through each cup, you get a gift. 132. 66. So we need 66 stars, so yeah. FY in this cup, alt game, I said like back in part 2, all parts that I do, all the cart cups, and like I said here, Night Masters, are going to be done off camera. Because one, the carts suck to control, and two, screw Night Masters. Nobody wants to sit through that. Anyways, let's go ahead and go down to test mode here and probably take a few photos while we're here as well. See how fast this thing opens up. Previously, as I was tinkering around with just random tuner cars in this game, just mechanically, I actually previously, before I started this Let's Play, I was working on tuning a Mazda RX-7, just the stock FD version, and I actually got it to get like freaking 600 horsepower out of it. I'm just like, ooh, yeah. That's a car you give to your kid. Not. That's a car you want to give your kid as the first car. Here, Johnny. We know you can't drive the family's Prius for crap, but we're going to give you a 600 horsepower Mazda RX-7. Have fun on the roads and don't get pulled over by cops. Followed by several lawsuits against Mazda and Ford. Now let's see how this car does. See if we can beat our top speed record of 263. We're at 210 and we're not even at the 1,000 meter mark yet. We're at 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,000, 2,100, 2,200. Oh, there it is. We beat 263. Can we get to 270? Let's see how high we can go up this hill. 275? 6? Can we get 6? Can we get 6? Oh, there we go. We got 6. 7. Let's we can go after a lap down this hill. 277. 280. 282. This is beautiful. 290 miles an hour down this hill. And we're in Gear 7, which, if you watch regular car reviews, he did a review on this, and Gear 7 is like the last resort performance GT car gear. And we're so close. Can we get to 300 miles an hour, which at this point steps into freaking Hot Wheels car speed? I'm sure after doing a lap around here, we probably will. Look at this, 296 in a Chevy Corvette. Never thought I'd see the day. 297. Ooh, and we're actually able to hold the car through the corner. Well, we kind of slid the car there. We're in Gear 7, 282 miles an hour. Let's see how far this thing will really open up as we come out of this turn. After beating freaking Paganis. And plus this music too fits. If you're wondering, I don't think I've said this, but this song that's playing right now is Critical Acclaim by Avenged Sevenfold from their self-titled album. This is probably one of their songs that they kind of cover the political spectrum and the disrespect towards America. Gee, how this song probably predicted the future. How scary is that? And anyways, we are like right at the rev limiter right now. If we look at the tachometer, we are at the freaking rev limiter as we're going under this tunnel. Just gonna inch it to the right, just a few inches, bit by bit, get back in the middle lane. I love this track strictly so I can pick like supercars and just gun it. Just get it, a supercar, get in the car, and gun it down the straightaway. Oh, 297. Can we see 300? We might actually be able to get 300 miles an hour out of a Chevy Corvette. through turn 3. I'm sure in real life, if there's a 300-mile-an-hour Chevy Corvette, this would be flying off the ground into space. There would not be enough aerodynamics to keep this thing on the ground because it's so fast. 287, 288, 289, 290, 291, 292, maybe 292. Yeah, there we go. 292, 293, 294, 295, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're at 294. That might be our max. Can we get 300 as we come up this hill? We're at 290. I don't think we can. Maybe. I think 290. Oh, there it is. We might get there. Oh, 300 miles an hour. We did it right there, fellas. We did it. 300 miles an hour in a Chevy Corvette. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a genius. Look at this thing violently shake. Yeah. Ooh, that is moving. 300 miles an hour, just tops at 300. I guarantee you the engine would just grenade at that point. If you go 300 miles an hour in a Chevy Corvette, you're going to have a bad time. So, brain aneurysm aside, that was the end of this episode of Gran Turismo 6. Tune in next time where we get to take on the Tune Car Festival and pwn some more people. With actually tuned race cars from Mines, Stylo Engineering, and Grand Touring Garage. If you guys like this video, make sure to click the like button, drop some comments, click that subscribe button, follow me on social media. You know the drill. Hope everyone who is watching this is having a good day so far. Remember to check often for any more back to this channel for more updates. You know the drill. And see you around.